I thank you very much for the opportunity to share a few words of Torah with you at Dvar Torah. And I want to share with you something about Avram, about Abraham, our forefather. And we know the story of God coming to Abraham. And he comes to Avram and he says to Abraham, at this stage in your life, as an old man, I'm asking you now to perform a circumcision on yourself. And that's a very challenging command to Avram. We know that Abraham passed the test, that he performs a circumcision. And a few days later, the Torah tells us how God comes to Abraham. Vayira elav Hashem b'lonei mamrei, v'hu yoshev petach ha'ol kechol mayom. Abraham is sitting at the entrance of his tent, and God appears to Abraham. Rabbi Soloveitchik asked the following question, and that is, God appears to Abraham, but we don't find any words that are spoken on behalf of God to Abraham. Where is the command? Where are the words of God to Abraham? And Rabbi Soloveitchik says something very beautiful, and that is that there are no words that are spoken. It's purely a visit of God to Abraham. He is there for him when Abraham is in pain, when he is sick, when he is recovering from a surgery. And God is there as a friend sitting at his bedside. There's a beautiful Hasidic story that's told of the Vorka Rebbe. And a man comes to the Vorka Rebbe and he says, my son is very sick, and please, Rebbe, can you pray on his behalf? And the Rebbe puts down his head and he begins to pray. And the man says, is my son going to be better? And the Rebbe lifts his head and he says, you know what, I'm praying to God, but the gates of heaven are not opening. I'm so sorry. And the man gets up and he is crying and he leaves. And he gets on his wagon and he begins to travel. And a few miles down the road, the man hears in the background that there is another wagon and a horse. And he turns around and he sees that it's the Rebbe. And the Rebbe stops the man and he says, please, can you come down from the wagon? And they come down together. And the Rebbe sits next to the man and he said, I know that I told you that I couldn't do anything for you, but there's one thing that I can do for you, and that is to be a friend to you, to sit and to cry with you. Rabbi Soloveitchik points out that that moment of Avraham and God being together was a moment of friendship, and how important friendships are. And when I think about a Beit Knesset, when I think about a shul, the importance of a shul, certainly what comes to mind is a place of davening and a place of learning. But as important, a shul is also a place for friendship, and how important friendship is today for all of us. We have a lot of friends on Facebook, but we need real friends and real community, and to build sacred community where people care for one another. And these are the kind of shuls that we need to have today, the kind of shuls that bring people together, that are close-knit, that we feel the companionship of one another. As we bless the new month, every month, we conclude with the following words, Chaverim Kol Yisrael, that all the Jewish people should be friends with one another, the importance of friendship. And that is my bracha, that is my hope, and I hope that I also have the opportunity to continue to study with you and to share words of Torah. I thank you very much for your time. I look forward to meeting you.